Robert Redford's take on The Weathermen. The Company You Keep, directed by Robert Redford and starring Robert Redford. Now, I thought this movie was pretty good. Let's get a little deeper into this plot here. Robert Redford plays Jim Grant, or Nick Stallone is his real name. Jim Grant is his fake name. And he and Mimi Laurie, who played by Julie Christie, and Susan Sarandon's character Sharon Solares, these are the three surviving members of this anti-war protest group called the Weathermen. This was a liberal anti-war protest group during the time of the Vietnam War. They used violent tactics, and this is a real protest group. I assume that these three characters are fictional, but the fact that it's based on a real protest group was pretty interesting. Even though I don't support their tactics, I do support their ideals. And I think that the best way to protest the war is non-violence rather than violence. I think that violent protesting makes protesters look bad and confirms negative media rhetoric and makes the whole protest look bad and turns people off from supporting the New York movement. But I really thought this movie was very good anyway. Now, the plot is these three surviving members have left this life behind them and they are living normal lives. And Sharon Solares is identified by the FBI. She turns herself in to Agent Cornelius, played by Terrence Howard. He's the guy that's going after these individuals. And Ben Shepherd is this reporter, played by Shia LaBeouf, who wants to get the story about these individuals, and through his research he finds out about Nick Stallone and identifies him in the media, and that puts Robert Redford's character on the run. Him and his 11-year-old daughter, they're running from the FBI now, and this gets me invested in a little suspense about wondering whether or not these two are going to get picked up by the FBI or not, and I really did like that a lot. Through him running away from the FBI, he meets up with Nick Nolte's character, Donald Fitzgerald, who is a friend of his. He also meets up with Daniel Stallone, his brother, played by Chris Cooper. He was pretty good in this movie. Richard Jenkins plays Jed Lewis, who is another friend of Jim Grant, and Stanley Tucci plays Ray Fuller. I believe he's Ben Shepherd's boss at the newspaper, and Anna Kendrick is Diana. She is Ben Shepherd's contact in the FBI and an ex-girlfriend. And then you have Britt Marling in the movie. I don't want to spoil what her character is, but I really thought her character was unnecessary. She has really no bearing on the plot, in my opinion. Her character is connected to Jim Grant, but I almost felt like, what was the point of her being in there? She doesn't meet Robert Redford's character, and she doesn't meet Robert Redford's young daughter, so what the hell was the point of her being in this movie? She really has no point of being in it. She's also there to provide possible love interest for Shia LaBeouf's character, but then they never really fall in love in the movie, so it's just kind of dumb. They put her in the movie, in my opinion. But overall, I really thought this movie was very good. I'm going to give this movie an 8 out of 10. It's not a must-see film, but if you have it upon seeing it, you're not going to be disappointed.